to the Dead, the Civil War's Lost
Mhm.
Massacre, which, as you mentioned, was Simpsonville, right? So elements of Company E, 5th U.S. Colored Cav, was escorting cattle, about 1,000 head, actually, a large number, from Camp Nelson to Louisville. They're ambushed outside of Simpsonville. Over 20 men are murdered by Confederate guerrillas. And the big question, the unknown question, is what happened to their bodies, right? About a half dozen more who suffered wounds died later and are buried over in New Albany National Cemetery in Indiana. But there's like 20, at least 22 men. What happened to these men? And it's really interesting because I did a lot of research. And Daryl, you remember this? You came out for the program. The massacre was featured in newspapers across the country, from like Pittsburgh and DC all the way to like Nevada, right? And so I was just finding all these, they were just resharing, from like the New York Times and New York Herald and things like that. But there was no formal military or federal or War Department investigation done. And, the kind of the rumor was that local civilians buried these men in a mass grave.